I've seen this video and some reactions all over my feed. I haven't seen it all the way through. I've seen the beginning. I really like this style of video, and he's going to get into how is this game dying, right? I think we all have that question. I used to be a finals-focused creator on my page. I've been doing a bunch of my rivals type of stuff, and I'm thinking about jumping back into the finals. Season 6 is right around the corner. Preview event is this Wednesday on the 19th. I have done my application to be a part of that. If you want to see me play that, you know, notifications on. It's going to be live on YouTube. But I want to see what he says about why this game is dying and give my 2 cents, because I've been seeing a lot of people give on my feed, give their 2 cents, and I really liked what they had to say, and I've got some unique things to say myself. This game isn't as big as it should be, so let's see why.
It's good to be back. It is genuinely embarrassing how I thought this outfit would actually look cool before I put it on, but now that I have, I am realizing I just look like an untrustworthy private detective who probably keeps all the photos for himself. I'm a big fan of the finals, and honestly, I can't believe how much it's fallen under the radar.
Grow my hair out, man.
It's like the biggest breath of fresh air I've had in a long time when it comes to shooter games. I don't know about you, but I am getting tired of being spoon-fed the same shooters over and over. Like, I'm not gonna notice it's another recycled garbage attempt at an already existing IP. I hear people talk about it all the time. Ugh,
they're good.
I can't do another hero shooter. Come on, another battle royale? You gotta be kidding me. Another Counter-Strike reskin? Even Embark, the people that made the finals, didn't want to make a shooter at first and add to the oversaturated market.
I'm not going to pause a lot, but what else are you going to make? You got to think about like Halo and Call of Duty, like back when the original Xbox came out. These games came out, and you would pick up a new AAA title, and you would expect something completely itself, completely unique. And at this point, this is becoming such an oversaturated market. What else is there to do? A lot of people have some cool ideas, but it's so hard in this industry right now to hit mainstream. You're not going to get the same feeling of when you picked up Halo 1 Combat Evolved up for the first time. You're used to just Call of Duty shooters, and you've got this alien shooter with a really great story. Something original, truly original, is rare. And if you put yourself in the shoes of a game designer, what else is there to do? And if you're an indie studio, because these AAA suits are not doing anything that isn't proven yet, if you're an indie studio, it's really hard to get in here. So we're kind of in a starved state as people who are gamers. It's not a market where innovation is rewarded by AAA. So we have to rely on indie studios right now. Embark is kind of one of those smaller studios, so it's hard, but we're so starved for that experience of picking up a new game and it just being fresh that questions like these are being asked. We're just seeing a lot of copies.
Market until they realized they could actually bring something different to the table. That being a free-to-play, fast-paced, objective-based shooter with a fully destructible environment. I've played hundreds of hours of this game now, and I still can't get over how amazing the destruction is in this multiplayer game. It's constantly making me play the game in different ways and adapt to my surroundings. It really never gets old. And it's one of the very few games I've played in the last couple of years that actually feels next-gen. Actually taking advantage of our new technology instead of trying to make a game that still works on the Xbox 360.
I don't think that the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 should be called next gen. I think that's current gen, and I think we should call PS4 and Xbox One last gen. You should not have those. You should not have those. I know it's hard to come by, but we should not be calling next gen 5-year-old consoles.
Which, by the way, I'm starting to hear rumors about, like, a PlayStation 6 release. Like, I'm sorry, what? Have we even started making games for the PlayStation 5 yet? Besides Astrobot, which, you know, just won Game of the Year. And there's nothing wrong with, well, there is something wrong with that when it feels like no great games came out in 2024. Some recent past winners of Game of the Year are Baldur's Gate 3, The Last of Us Part 2, and Elden Ring. But sure, the PlayStation 5 controller tech demo wins it, just barely beating out DLC for, again,
to me. I never played
Game of the
them,
Year. And again, Astrobot is a solid game, I've heard, but just don't flame me in the comments when I'm watching the state of play for 2025 and it is an absolute barren wasteland, leaving me on my hands and knees begging that GTA 5 doesn't get delayed this year.
That's not all of it, right?
Well, let's get back to—
I'm telling you, it's that same market. It's hard as a studio, especially a AAA studio, to convince the suits that own your company, right? EA owns Respawn for Apex, right? You want to do a new thing, like I heard Titanfall 3 was just canceled, like their project. You want to do anything innovative or what is driven by what people want, the suits at EA or like Activision are not letting people be innovative.
Back to the finals, which
so we're not
is a game
seeing
that I
any
actually
original
really enjoy,
content.
and I think you will too. The finals is made by the Swedish team Embark, and they're funded by the South Korean game publisher Nexon, which I covered in my Once Human video. They made the first Descendant, and I had lovely things to say about that.
And before you ask, yes, this is Nexon, so of course they have a sexy French maid costume for some reason. And dinosaur pajamas.
But I also talk about the finals in that video relating to Nexon, and they really have made a standout game. If you don't know, the setting of the finals is a futuristic virtual arena game show, and it gives Embark so much flexibility to what they could add into this game. A little detail that I like about the game show aspect is that they highlight the best player around the map.
That.
Sometimes even showing up in the sky, like
I
in
just
the Hunger
noticed
Games
they
when
added
it's
that.
like, you know, this child was just killed. And the game just looks amazing, the lighting is fantastic. I can barely wrap my head around how genius these game devs have to be able to make this multiplayer humanoid destruction derby work all together in real time. That genius probably comes in large part due to the fact that a lot of the Embark team is former DICE employees, people that have worked on games like Battlefield Bad Company 2, hence the incredible destruction. Which also
15 years ago,
and frustrates me how many games were made like over 10
innovative.
years ago that seem to be more innovative and even technologically advanced than the games that are being released today in 2025, including Battlefield 2042, which was an absolute mess on launch and barely features any destruction. What the game does feature is the most important class in the game. The support class makes you play as a 70-year-old grandma. Cool. The finals is a perfect example of the tough pill to swallow that is, games are not made by brands. They're made by people. Courageous warriors on the front line of the battlefield that is video game industry. Hang on, I don't think I had anything there. But seriously, people do. I mean, look at companies like DICE, Blizzard, and Bethesda. They're no longer making great games because the people that were there that made them are majority gone. But fortunately, the finals has those great people and it shows in their work. Unfortunately, it kind of feels like the game is dying. Not just feeling. I mean, if you go on Twitch, you have to scroll like 500 games down before you finally reach the finals.
Not a good measuring parameter.
I don't know, 700 people watching, just barely beating out those gaming behemoths like Hello Kitty's Island Adventure. Let's get into some numbers here. On Steam database, the finals has roughly 15,000 concurrent players, and that number is dwindling over time. Now, that's just the PC players that are playing through Steam. And at first, that didn't have me too concerned because I was like, well, obviously, it's also on the Epic Games Store because it was made with Unreal Engine 5. Nope. It is not even on the Epic Games Store for some reason. But the game is also on console and features crossplay, but unfortunately we don't get the exact numbers for console players. Just from my experience...
if you're watching this, please let me know if you play on console. I think a lot of people play on PC. I play on PC and I play on console when cheating gets really bad. Season 2 was the last season I played the crazy amount of ranked. And I played majority on console because cheating was so bad in this game. So bad. I'm also calling people cheaters left and right whenever I die, but when you actually die to a cheater in this game, it's pretty obvious. So I've been playing on console. It feels the exact same. You still get the same FOV, whatever. The input lag's a little bit different. I'm a little bit of a controller guru, so I can get into the tech specifics of why console feels gross to me. They're only like a half step away from being just as good as PC, but console feels great on this game. Let me know if you play on console, because I don't think I believe the console numbers for this game.
I feel like half the lobbies are filled with console players whenever I'm playing. So just a rough guess,
I play on
double
Steam.
That number of concurrent players from 15,000 to 30,000 players. And honestly, I feel like that's being generous. But who knows, maybe I'm just being paired with PC players more often. Thankfully, 30,000 players isn't nothing. Queue times aren't a problem. I get in games under a minute all the time in the finals. But I'm concerned with how much longer that's going to last.
Although Power Shift, I've been waiting 5 minutes and above. And I've been playing Marvel Rivals, so maybe I'm spoiled.
This games right now, Marvel Rivals concurrent player base is 340,000 players at the time of checking this. Other shooters like Apex sit around 90,000. Again, they also have console numbers that are unaccounted for. But comparatively, the finals is in pretty rough shape as is, especially if that number continues.
So someone said, I said I wasn't going to pause. I guess I am a lot, but you're watching for my opinion. Someone said Siege was similar to this. Siege is an old game. So it did this, but it stayed at that same line for a really long time with the spikes during every season. And then it slowly went up. So you want to dip at past the initial, like, up here when it came out, because it came out and it was a huge success. All-time peak, yeah, right here. Huge success, and then you drop, and then you get the people who are going to play it every day. Like, it's their game, right? Which a lot of people who watch me, this is their game. And then you see a slow incline, but that slow incline seems like it's not rewarding, but what you're doing is every single time it goes up a little bit, these are players that are like a cult following. So if you do this graphic, this is your game plan for growing your new game from a smaller studio. It's good because in like a few years time after release, however higher this is, they're not going anywhere no matter what. So you're not just bringing in players with gimmicks or cosmetics like Apex does. You're building players that are really committed to your game and really care. And Embark shows they do care about this game, so I think that's good. But we got to start seeing that trend going up. because we're not seeing it soon. It's not going down, but it's not going up. So I don't think it doesn't seem like the game's going to die. I think there's enough people playing this game religiously every single day. They don't want to touch anything else. You just got to figure out a way to make this start going up slowly. It doesn't have to be fast, but really slowly, and bringing in players that are really committed and really enjoying this game. And I think a big part of that is reward systems. I'll get into that later, but I heard Siege did a similar thing, so there's like no hope for the finals. They're actually in a really good spot to do something like that, but they have to change something to start that swing.
To go down. That is until I found that the devs made a different claim on their Discord. A member from the Embark team, Dusty, addressed the concern around the player count and let players know that their monthly player estimate is around 400 to 500,000 players.
That
but he
dev
also
communication
added, a little
is also
boastfully,
great.
if I might add, that the daily player count hasn't even dropped under 300,000 players since launch. Now, daily is different than concurrent. Concurrent is active players. Daily is anybody hopping on the game at any point during the day. Now, the question is, do I believe that
counts.
270,000 more players are playing each day?
No, absolutely not.
No.
There's no way.
I don't believe that. I want to. I hope so. But that doesn't sound right to me. But it probably sounds good on that earnings call with the board members over at Nexon. Personally, every time I've come back to the finals, I'm impressed with everything that they've added. They have put a lot of work into this game, adding new maps, new game modes, new music, new weapons, new gadgets. Everything is so cool and well made and interesting. I'm just shocked with how much fun and all this new experimentation I get to play with every time I come back to the finals. Which makes me beg the question, why did I ever leave in the first place?
Same.
Thanks
I left
to
too.
Spot for sponsoring this video.
I have a feeling my gamer
I need
audience
a new
is gonna
chair.
resonate with me when I say I sit
So I don't want to watch this
a
because
lot.
it's going to remind me that I have an issue.
The positives of the finals, which there are many. I remember the first trailer that I saw.
Here we go.
There are many.
Yeah,
I remember
positive.
the first trailer that I saw for the finals and thought, damn, that's clean.
Yeah, they
Whoever
got
the
really
editor
good
is for that
trailers.
trailer, I would like to shake your hand. And still shake your hand. The trailers in this game are amazing. Even Season 5.
I watch these when they come out on YouTube. What a great face to pause on. Sorry, man. So if you don't know me, I post a lot of content, but I also work full time and I'm a dad. So when I see these trailers they pull out for games I want to play and for new seasons of the finals, like I just saw the season 6 trailer and I'm like glued to my phone at work. Like I'm excited to play. The trailers are great, but like I see them on YouTube once and that's all I see them. They need a marketing push, and I think everyone who does content in the finals has been saying this.
Ooh, those guttural glitch sounds, give it to me. The action is blood pumping fast and full of adrenaline. The gunplay feels so tight and really responsive with a good amount of recoil.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
Come on, make a move, make a move. Where are ya?
There's also melee combat and a multiplayer first-person shooter that actually feels pretty dang good as well. I love the risk and reward of different weapon types. You know, the revolver can smack if you hit your shots right.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my
But maybe you're not
gosh!
warmed up and you want to rely on Old Faithful, the AK.
Love the AK.
Sometimes the sword or the sledgehammer is the move, but sometimes it also feels like you have
F-Car is Old Faithful.
baby arms and can't hit anything in front of you.
I hate melee in this game so much.
What in the
There should never be a riot shield in a PvP shooter. Ever. Ever.
is this stupid sledgehammer?
Also, the kill chime plus the splash of gold coins after a death, just, it's a beautiful
So
one.
important.
And this is coming
Feedback
from a
like
big
that.
fan of blood and gore in their shooters.
Thank you.
But this game avoids it entirely. The sound design is some of the best out there. I could listen to that sniper pop all day long. I love it. It sounds so real and visceral.
How did you get that clip of them recording that? That was cool.
And I wish I could talk more to the tech of this
That's a good
game.
shot.
I just think it's so amazing that you can have 12 people in a game.
Yeah,
and have an
extremely
environment
impressive.
That is being destroyed, and our computers are somehow all seeing the same exact thing fall in the same place and turn into things that we
Yeah.
can mount and move over in all this rubble.
Mid-fight.
How? Teamwork is vital in the finals, especially in their main game mode Quick Cache, where you take a box called the Vault to a cash out station, almost like Capture the Flag, and after depositing it, you have 2 minutes to protect it and stop it from being stolen by another team before the cash out timer runs out, and whoever got it gets the money, and the next vault spawns in.
Embark should take that clip of him explaining the game and put it in the first boot up scene of new players. Him, the way he explained it. I like the announcer theme and getting people ready and immersed into the game world, but having another player explain it to someone who you know is going to be new, It's
I love
1 to
the
1.
pace and the movement.
They
of
should
this
do
game.
that.
Whew, I'm Jason Bourne.
You constantly have to like strategize on the fly with your teammates, opposed to like something like Rainbow Six Siege, where you strategize between each round. In this game, you're zipping across rooftops,
Siege.
grappling, hooking, and like explaining like what we're gonna do once
Can't
we
even
get there.
jump in
Protecting
Siege.
your cash out or stealing it from the enemy leads to so many great butt-clenching moments, man. BCMs are off the charts in this game, especially when you're battling
2 more
gas.
seconds. Good.
Nice.
Corner. Nice.
No,
I'm in the stratosphere right now. I'll be back in 20.
Right. I don't know how to get
Is
down.
there not one? Just shoot the. Oh, that actually worked.
Oh, this guy's 1 HP. Nice.
Dang, I didn't get
This makes me want to use a sniper.
Boom. It's mine, bitch.
Damn.
No way. The amount of times this wizard has killed me.
The builds in the game are
Wizard.
so diverse and there's so much to play with. There's a lot of items that are being brought into the game, but there's also a
Cosmetics,
lot of
man, that
balance
too.
changes that happen and items that completely change how they feel and how they operate. When it comes to classes, there's a light class, medium class, and heavy class. I'll give a quick overview. Light are low health, fast moving maniacs running around with deadly weapons. With a lot of invisibility floating around lately.
Got it. Nice.
I hate invisible.
I'm not
Boom,
impressed with
bitch.
you there.
I think it's so cheap, but I think it's in a
Let's
good
come up,
space
let's
right
come
now.
up.
You
No,
can
no.
see it pretty easily.
Bro, how many hits does it take?
So many.
Heavies are slower, big health brutes having a bunch of defensive equipment, along with an RPG that has thankfully been nerfed over time, but
God,
it's still a
Season
ton
1
of fun
RPG
to blow
was
shit up with. And
disgusting.
the medium is your right in between class with solid assault rifles amongst other weaponry and a good mix of mobility and defensive items to choose from.
I
I
love
personally
medium.
am a mid main. Funny
Me too.
side note about the builds and the experimentation. I finally watched a pro play the finals and get 76 kills.
Who is
in the
this? Is
game,
this
and he was the
Lycomit?
light class, and I had never thought to use the items that he had together. This guy was
gotta
running
be
a
right.
gateway and a freaking glitch grenades.
He's crazy
It's
good.
the perfect crime. And you know what? I'm gonna give a hot take about the classes in this game. And I'm sure the sweats are gonna disagree with me here. And I'm not saying by any means that it's perfect, but I think the finals is overall a pretty dang well balanced game.
I
Hear
agree.
me out. I've done a lot of research for this.
All right, before he definitely gives this from a casual standpoint, but I'm gonna give it. I've season 2 got to the highest rank you could in the game, and then I played in some like competitive tournaments for money on the finals for a while, and I won a good amount of games in those. So from a person who played it religiously and competitively, the imbalance only comes from the higher ranks. But they're having a really hard time struggling the competitive and the casual side of things in terms of balance, right? That's why Reddit and Twitter and this entire community is coming together, and everyone has a different feel or idea for how to fix it, right? Me, I hate invis, and I hate, like, sword dash is so stupid to me, but there's a counter, there's glitch mines or whatever. It's just a stupid playstyle to me. But how do you fix these things without taking away the fun? Say you are like a sword dash main, but I'm a competitive player, so I say it needs to be nerfed, and every other content creator saying it needs to be nerfed. They nerf it, and then you're playing quick cash every single day after work just to have fun, and it's crap now. But now we're happy. We're the top 1%. That's not how you should do it. So, been playing Marvel Rivals, thinking about it a lot. Dude, I think the ban system in Platinum and above in this game would work so well. I think one person from, each team can ban a weapon or gadget. And there are combos for things that you can use in this game, like Sword Dash. That's a good example as a combo. You can ban Sword or ban Dash. And it forces people to learn other things in the game too. You could be like, crap, now I gotta play medium, or crap, I gotta play heavy. I just think it encourages a whole lot, and I think that would save the balancing issue in this game. Keep it in, keep it broken, like, because it's fun and stuff like Power Shift to have like the broken LH1, or back when the F-Car was beta, or when the RPG was blowing stuff up like crazy. Like, keep it in, but allow it to be banned by the people who are hyper competitive, and you kind of pick your poison. We didn't ban Sword Dash Light, so we got to run glitch mines. Or it's just, you will see less complaining if you do that. I feel like that's the fix, and I don't see anyone talking about it. No one brings that up. And Marvel Rivals has like a crazy amount of players. I've gotten kind of bored of Marvel Rivals over there. Here I am back at the finals. I'm playing both games, but the finals is just more longevity to it in terms of my entertainment. And one of the biggest gripes is balancing. And I feel like that's how you fix it. Like, keep it broken, keep it fun, because people are like, no, I'm a casual player and I love invis. And competitive players are like, no, it has to be nerfed. Sucks that you suck. No, let both be happy, and then it's their fault if they fight against invis because they didn't ban it. That's how you fix this. Let me know if I'm crazy or not, but I don't know why no one is bringing that up. Like, no one, I feel like that would be great, because then as a competitive player, you can't complain.
This video. And with all the
We'll see what he
research that
says.
I've done, looking for problems with the game and all this kind of stuff, two of the biggest problems are one and the same. One is that light is the most overpowered class in the game. It needs to be nerfed. And
Not
the
true.
second biggest issue is the light class is useless and it dies immediately if you freaking sneeze on it.
In comp, yes.
You're kidding me.
I see that contradiction being a good sign. There
Yes.
are so many little things that I love about the finals, and honestly, if I were to make my dream game, would feature many of the same things, like no fall damage, having unlimited
Yeah,
ammo
thank
with
goodness for that.
reloads, and all your utility just being on cooldowns. I love it because a game that's this fast-paced, it just removes all tediousness and has you focus on the action right in front of you. Your character just has telekinesis.
Yeah,
Dope.
love that.
You can pick up objects with your mind and launch them with a ton of force like a
Who came up with
Bioshock
that at
Jedi.
Embark?
There's no
Just
armor
genius.
in this game. I hate games that feature
Telekinesis.
so many endless shields. Like, it's a big reason why I didn't fall in love with Apex Legends. I just feel like I was constantly shooting shields, not a person. Here's another mini hot take, and I know I'm gonna get grilled for this one. I like the motion blur in this game.
I just turned mine on. I just turned motion blur on for me.
In this game,
I'm also someone who runs max quality, because like I'm recording for YouTube content, so I run max quality and motion blur.
game, okay?
I want it to look good.
Relax. I'm talking about the finals specifically here. Other games tend to frig it up, and I know that I'm probably giving myself a competitive disadvantage, but man, the game
I like
just
it too,
looks
man.
so good with it, and it makes my game look so cinematic. As a former
Feels
graphic
very
designer, I also
John
love the
Wicky.
visual design of the finals, like the use of color, like look at that, bang, baby. And the cosmetics in this
So
game
much
are
red.
fantastic, and this is where Embark makes
Yes.
their money. It's a free-to-play game, and if you guys have seen my videos before critiquing like economic systems in video games, I really appreciate that the finals just has one premium currency. They're not trying to confuse their player base into
Yeah.
buying the wrong thing or buying too
Shards
much of
and
one thing. They just
extra
kept it
currency,
simple.
yeah.
This is their premium currency if you want to buy in-game cosmetics. They also have a battle pass, which you do get free items in, but you can also pay for the premium battle pass. And some of these cosmetics are some of the most impressive skins I've seen
Yeah, they
in
are.
games, where there's like completely different animations with the item. You can deck your guy out in super cool, badass, edgelordy clothes like me, and then try to replicate it, and then end up looking like a drunk substitute teacher.
Love that he has a
Or you can
sniper
go
too.
batshit insane and make your guy look like a freaking meth head at Venice Beach. Oh, also when I was looking over all the skins for this video, I found a hilarious one, which is like the knife has a bunch of skins, but one of them is this like really small knife, and I was like,
Yeah, I
how
love
do you
that
even
thing.
like stab somebody with that? This is how you do that. But the best part about these crazy cosmetics and stuff is that the finals has set themselves up in a game world where anything pretty much makes sense. This is
Yes.
so much more important than I feel like other popular game devs seem to make it out to be. Immersion breakage
Not a big deal
in
to me.
games mainly due to cosmetics.
Not
the
a big deal
finals
to
is
me.
a futuristic virtual arena where people get shot in the head and turn into a pile of gold coins and the crowd goes wild.
I don't know if you agree or
when they
not,
change their
but
silenced pistol
I don't
into
care.
a ray gun, it makes sense. Now if you do that
Unicorn crap in Call of Duty or whatever doesn't bother me.
in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, trying to
wow.
resemble modern warfare, you shouldn't turn your guns into ray guns or dragons or pixel shooting guns.
I think it's
or
cool.
make ghost skins and Nicki Minaj
I don't play COD
as one of
anymore,
your
though.
playable characters. Because now we're immediately playing a realistic version of Fortnite instead of your adult rated M game playing audience.
Well, that's what
wanted,
Battlefield's
which
for.
was supposed to be inspired by Modern Warfare. You see the problem? I hope my admiration for this game is clear enough. Okay, I think it's enough glazing. I think we can talk about the problem at hand. Why are people leaving this game?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of viral hits happened early last year that like really pushed it out of the spotlight. I feel like
Palworld
like
was fun.
Palworld being out and Helldivers
didn't
2
make a
like
video
right
on that.
after. You know, every game is gonna have its competition, but I feel like a lot of games are suffering right now because Marvel Rivals, for instance,
Yeah.
is so popular. Look at Deadlock. What horrible timing for Deadlock
control
that
support.
another third-person hero shooter comes out right around the same time.
Bro, such a big trend. You can cook me in the comments, man. I know a lot of keyboard and mouse players don't see it. But the majority of players in the entire world play on controller. So if you don't even have controller support or console support, more importantly, console support, you're not going to blow up in a sustaining way like you want to. Look at Shroud's game, Spectre Divide. They didn't care about controller players at all. Whatever. I could be in the minority thinking this, but I have yet to see an example where I'm wrong. So
I mean, it is.
Deadlock's
I love
another
Deadlock,
example.
but man, Marvel Rivals is so much more accessible. I think people just forget about the finals. I feel like they don't have like any money in marketing. And you know, I'm all for organic
No
growth of a
marketing.
game, but sometimes it doesn't kick it, man. I never see shorts for the finals gameplay. I never get an advertisement on Instagram to play the
see
game.
shorts.
I don't see commercials anywhere, trailers anywhere for the finals.
I'm
Is this
seeing
bad
more.
to say? I think they should pay people to play their game on stream. I really think people just need to be reminded that the game is out there. I've picked the game back up and invited a bunch of friends, and like everybody
I want to see a TV commercial for the finals. You could do the way they do their trailers, man. You could do some cool stuff. Have Embark Oscar dress up as something cool. Do like an animated CGI live action mix. I know that sounds super expensive, but I want to see a TV commercial for this, because if I didn't play video games all that much and I saw a virtual game show type of FPS shooter like this, would you not want to hop on your console and just try it out?
Everybody is loving it. New players that are getting in are loving it if they don't get their ass kicked incredibly hard in the beginning. And even if they do, we switch over to like a 5v5
Yes.
game mode like Power Shift or their Team Deathmatch
Power
mode
Shift's
right now
perfect.
that are much easier for a casual player. I feel like the finals
loving
can
it right
be
now.
a lot to new players. It's just so fast-paced and bombastic. If you can't find the
Yeah.
rhythm and keep up, especially if you get pulled into your friend's higher elo, you're going to be constantly exploding into gold coins and waiting to revive. It can be understandably discouraging and get your new friends to not want to play the game. I think it's kind of unanimously agreed on that season 2 of the finals was their strongest
Yep,
season.
that's when I
They
hit the
released
max
this
rank.
crazy awesome neon map. Every time I get into that map with new players, my friends
great
go
season.
like, whoa, what is this? There's an immediate reaction
Rising
just
is so
on
cool.
seeing it. They added a bunch of hyper glitchy equipment that interacts
Yeah,
with
that's
the
when we got
world really
DMAT.
interestingly. I definitely came back for that. And I also came back for season 3. Season 3 doesn't get enough credit. Seeing a bow and arrow added to the game and that
bow was
beautiful
great.
map of Japan, it's my favorite.
The bow is one of the best bows in gaming ever. I don't know how they did it, but this is one of the best bows in an FPS game. It just feels correct.
Map in the game. Also, the battle pass like kicked ass. There's
Let me
so
know a
many
game that does it
great
better if I'm wrong.
samurai weapons and stuff in there. But then season 4 came out. And honestly, it's funny, even watching the trailer for season 4, which again, great trailer, love to shake your hand. I'm like, what did they have that season? They just looked like general finals gameplay. And now in season 5, which I've come back to, I think it's also kind of pretty weak. I do like the new map, the Santa Fe, Mexico vibe, but I gotta say, this is also where the finals can kind of overdo the arena look to the game.
The lockbook they added for heavy is super good. Everyone thought it was mid at the beginning, but the new light gadget I never see. It doesn't do anything, and it hasn't been buffed yet. Like it doesn't do anything. There's no. I was the most excited to have a throwable black hole that pulls people in, and it like doesn't do what I thought it would.
I kind of wish the game would go like full
Underwhelming.
Westworld sometimes, where you really are transported to a different place. Like I feel like Japan does that really well, but with this Western map, I feel like there's still so much like branding.
want a medieval
like, all
castle
over.
map.
And I know that Finals tries to do that, but I feel like it shows
So
more
bad.
arena than it does the Mexico side of things. Then there's the battle pass for season 5. Which sucks. I'm just gonna
Dude,
say.
yeah.
Also, a lot of games that have battle
It's
passes, like Marvel Rivals, will
not
start the
great.
battle pass with a cool reward for paying money for it. Like I got this
I think
awesome
Rivals
Loki skin
battle
in Marvel
pass kinda
Rivals for buying
sucks
the battle
too.
pass. But in the finals, they
Hot
don't do
take.
that. They're like, here, you unlock the battle pass. Here's some flower
Yeah,
pottery
man.
gun.
They are so good at cosmetics. What is this? They have so many filler cosmetics in the battle pass, man. I'm gonna get into how they can fix the game with the cosmetics, but he's making a good point.
And there's really not much else here that impressed
one's
me
cool.
whatsoever. Even when you get into the 70s, it's a bunch of cheetah print skins.
Yeah.
What? And there's a couple of lingering issues in the finals. The game's not perfect. The game is known to crash. A couple of my friends have had this happen multiple times. It
Oh
seems
my
to
gosh,
be like
don't even get me started. I had to factory reset my PC and figure out what the problem was. I would stop and I would just be frozen every like 15 seconds in the middle of a fight. It's
at
not an
the
issue
beginning
anymore,
of
man.
starting the game, and then it like irons itself out. I don't
But
know,
now
but it still
my
sucks.
brother's having
and there's
that
some
issue.
really strange bugs that have kind of been there since.
I
Like,
think that's the
season
reason I
1, like,
left.
randomly not being able to reload your gun, or like your sprint stops working, or you can't even shoot your gun. It's definitely rare in my case, but anytime I've had that happen, I've found
I
the
don't have
fix
these
is just
issues
to
anymore.
quickly alt tab and alt tab back.
But I'm
and
on
it-
PC.
and it restores it. And I think there's other minor reasons that people would be leaving the finals. I've heard hacking can be an issue when it comes to like higher elos.
Yeah.
I personally,
Oh,
with
yeah.
all my hours in the finals, have never run into a hacker, at least that I know of. Hacking isn't what it used to be, where somebody's
Not right
like
now, though.
flying up in the air doing a 1080 and friggin' sniping everybody in the head at once. It's much more subtle now, and that is very annoying, and I think that's also why it happens in higher elos. Little insecure hackers turning on aim assist, then turning it off and being like, dude, I got you fair and square. get a life.
think he meant
but I think one of
aimbot.
the main reasons that the finals is losing players is because I don't think they do a good job incentivizing players to continue playing. It's not that the rewards for playing aren't there. They are. They just make it really hard to see you progressing towards them. Starting off with the fact that they have like 5 different leveling
aren't
systems. It might
You level up and you get some of the worst cosmetics in the game.
be even more. There's the standard leveling up where
Yeah.
you get these crappy clothes until
they're all
randomly it stops at level 70 and then it's just these
mid or
badges.
worse.
You of course have the battle pass that you can go through. You can level up your sponsor level now to get
Which is
sponsor
cool.
gear. Then there's your rank you level up. And then there's the world tournament rank that you also level up. None of these, in my opinion, they show in a good place to show you progressing. What
That's
I mean
true.
is they should show this front and center at the end of every
The
game
UI
you
is
play.
terrible.
So right now, you see the winners, but then I have continue to main menu at the bottom left. I'm gonna hit that, and that takes me to the actual score. Then I have skip or play again. I hit skip. That shows how easy it is to miss it. Now I can skip or hit play again, so I'm gonna hit skip. Now I get the fans, and I can hit next, and then the points. I can hit space over and over, and now I get these progress bars that actually show me what I am on my way to getting. This should happen that first menu, because so many people will just leave at the skip or play again button right in the beginning. Embark, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but you gotta tap into the dark arts of video game addiction here. Not even addiction, just incentive for
gotta
a
be
player to
careful of
keep
that.
on playing your game. It's all right there. I also discovered, to my naivete, that the World Tour isn't just unranked tournaments. I mean, it kind of is with a couple random events that happen, but the craziest thing is you can get actual multi-bucks, the premium currency,
Yeah.
from just playing.
They do a really good job of this. I don't see any other game that does this quite like they do. They have a ranked mode and a casual mode, right? You've got ranked where you win to move up, you lose, you get dropped back down, and then you settle where you're supposed to be, in theory, right? It could be a little better, but that's the theory. And then they have the casual mode quick cash where you play in quick play to play and have some fun. And then they have the people who are always complaining in games that have ranked and casual modes who are saying both are not good enough. It's either too sweaty or too casual, or casual is too sweaty, or the sweaty mode is too casual. And for those people who want to play casually in a sweaty way, they need something in between. And I think World Tour should be studied by every other competitive game out there. It is right in the middle. You get the same type of reward. Emerald looks amazing, which I'll get into again a little bit later. Their reward system in this game for cosmetics is terrible other than here. The Emerald skins look just as good as the ranked skins, so if you want to play casually in a competitive way, like you want to try as hard as you can, but not quite in ranked, like you don't want to play against the best players in the world, you play World Tour. They have something in between. They have something for the in-between players, for the sweaty players, and for the casual players. And that's how you make a player base happy. So I think every single game that's PvP should have something like that in it. Like if you lose, you don't lose any points. But if you win, you still progress. So if you're casually competitive and you play a little bit after work, every single time you win, you know you're going to, okay, sweet, I'm going to get off a little bit closer than when I got on before. But say your choices are either just quick cash or ranked, and you got an hour to play after work, you're like, wow, I lost 2 games. I shouldn't have even got on the finals today. Shouldn't have even played. I'm not a quick cash player. I'm pretty good, but like I shouldn't have even played. And over time, I think that wears people down and makes them get off. And people need to be able to realize, play World Tour. Because there are good players at the top, like if you want to be competitive.
World Tour, which I think is super awesome, Embark,
Yeah.
and super generous, very cool.
I didn't know about
First of all, you don't
currency.
explain World Tour well at all anywhere.
Yeah,
And my
no.
gamer brain was just trained to think that ranked play was the place to go to after I've gotten the hang of the game.
Yeah.
Didn't realize I could also get some sick Emerald skins from World Tour as well. All of these problems mainly derive from the poor user experience. So I am going to help you here. Okay, so here's where I think the UX is fucked
UI
up
is terrible,
on many
yeah.
levels. First of all, I think your change game mode being grayed out in the corner is insane behavior. Once you click that, you go into this menu where you have your other game modes, which you have your special event, team deathmatch. You have your quick cash in the bottom left corner, which is kind of like the most typical game mode. You have World Tour, and then you have ranked tournament, which I like, and it should be front and center like this. Then you have your private match, practice, and then what's this? Quick play? Like quick cash? No. It's 3 other game modes.
Yeah,
One of them
crazy.
being Power
Crazy.
Shift, which they say they're going to add more content and maps to. It sounds like Terminal Attack might get canned soon, and Bank
Which is
It,
fine
no
with
one's
me.
ever talked about in their entire lives. But even when you scroll over them, like Power Shift,
Whoa,
it's like,
whoa. Before we had Team Deathmatch, Bank It was Team Deathmatch, and it was the perfect example of a casual mode. Okay? Just saying.
I have no idea what this game mode is. Like, they don't have a video that plays over it. Power Shift looks completely different than Quick Cache. And I think it's so bizarre they hide these 3 game modes when, hello, practice and private match need to be in front and center. The 3 game modes could be right here, bang, bang, bang. And then put practice and private match at like the bottom right corner or something like that. People will find it. That's if you were to have a page that was dedicated to the different game modes. I think they could just have the game modes on the front page when you open up the finals. I think there's totally room here if you just take out those buttons, lift the—
All right, whoa. Before, I've seen clips of him explain this. Before he does that, right? It should be here. Right here, right? Take out everything that he just had, right? You can have your advertisement page right here. Up here, have the game modes. Boom, 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 boom. You hover over it. It plays a little intro or does a little animation. Maybe play some music. Like you've got ranked play, world tour. No, it should be quick cache, world tour, ranked play, blah blah blah, and then at the bottom it has customization, right? And that's when it opens up a little tab where it says contestants, equipment, career, clubs, whatever, right? But it has the game modes up here, and then you can use all this space to show like progression with your sponsor and your level and stuff. But I've seen a lot of people agreeing with me. It should be vertical right here. Game modes, boom, 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 boom. And then you should be able to be like, okay, my eye's drawn to the corner. Oh, here are all my options if I want to play this video game. But let's see what he says.
This guy up a good couple feet and then put like 5 rounded squares right here.
Not
that
bad.
Are just the different game modes. Quick play,
This
maybe
would
make
work.
it glow because it's like the hottest game mode and, you know, the one that new players should probably play. Then you have your world tour and find a way to explain it better. Then you have your ranked mode and then put Power Shift in there, dude. Power Shift's a great game mode. And then have your special event game mode that's running if there is.
Have them all glow, different color. Have them glow the color of the rewards. Ranked tournament, make it glow red because you get ruby at the end. World tour, make it glow green. And then when you open it, show the rewards. Show why you should play it.
One. And then have a little arrow, and maybe it's on a carousel where it pushes over the other game modes, and you see the rest. It's like practice, private match, and if you have another game mode, or maybe it's community game modes or something like that. I just think it's crazy to hide game modes in like layers of menus like this. There's some more UX stuff that I've also even tried on my friends. I've been like, hey, show me your rank, and they can't seem to find it because it's like, oh, it's in career, right? No, this is sponsorships, and a lot of them also discover that they have a sponsorship leveling progress bar right here. Maybe it's up here where this badge is. Nope, that's my regular level. Maybe I have to go into ranked tournament mode. No, that just starts playing it. Your rank is clicking on here and then going over one to leagues, and there's your rank. This is stupid. You have contracts here, which I've completed all of them just by naturally playing the game. Besides the Power Shift
contract
one.
should be on the main menu.
That was Power Shift stuff, and I just played 2 Power Shift games, and then I got these skins unlocked. I feel like there should be challenging challenges in this.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know about this
game with decent rewards. You already got skins here. All of these things are just more XP, and I'm like, okay, what's more XP get me? A white hat.
Dude, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Whatever, I'll get in. The rewards for your level are so terrible.
Cool.
I'll get into it
again. And then the World Tour is kind of nuts. You can go to the World Tour and it says, okay, I'm bronze 3. Not bragging. But I'm like, what do I get for being bronze 3? Where's my rewards? Is there anything I can click on here that tells me my rewards? Nope. You have to go out one menu. Then you right click the more info. And there is your rewards. Why is this separated like this? Why is this not just like inside the World Tour menu? There's definitely room for it in there. I mean, this is where I found out that I could be playing World Tour and getting real premium currency until I was poking around writing this video. Again, these are all great incentives to get your player base to continue playing, but I just think they're doing a pretty bad job showing it and directing their players to seeing how much they're progressing. But that's it, back to me. So that's fixing the current state of the finals just with simple UI fixes. But let's talk about where this game should be heading and what it should be adding to its game. I think the finals should just lean into the fun. I actually did a lot of research on other video games this time around, looking at other games, you know, downfall phases, whether it's Overwatch or Apex or Call of Duty. And an issue that kept being brought up was the fact that their game either became too competitive or too casual. And I love a competitive game, and I think finals is very competitive, but it's also very wacky and chaotic and kind of hard to predict. I think all the physics and destruction involved in this game doesn't lend it to be accurately competitive, if that makes sense. And it's probably hard to watch. I haven't watched any like esports of the finals. I don't even know if they have any right now, but I imagine with all the effects going on and the rubble and the smoke, it's like, can we even get a camera in there to see what's happening? Basically, I'm saying the game should lean into the casual in this and up the weirdness level. I think the last couple.
I'm telling you, the ban system is how you fix this. keep casual how it is, keep competitive how it is. It makes everyone happy. Why does no one suggest this to Embark?
Couple of seasons are pretty weak. I've heard rumors that season 6 that's coming up here soon might be medieval themed, which is exactly
Please,
the
bro.
kind of stuff I'm talking
Give me a
about. I just
destructible
really like what they've
castle.
done with the set pieces and themes that are more specific rather than leaning into the generic arena levels. But even just more
Night
than maps and
cosmetics,
visuals and new weapons, I think the game could benefit from getting more creative with their game modes and even giving some of that freedom of creation to the community.
Forge
a
mode.
lot of games nowadays embrace community game modes. Like Fortnite has gotten a bunch of popular modes doing this. And I think that the finals
Fortnite's
has
killing
such unique technology that I think there could be some really cool results
never
that
play
come
it.
from it. There was a game mode in Half-Life 2 that was called Source Forts. Nick told me about this. And it sounds like it could be perfectly done in the finals engine. Basically, it's
That
a
would be
capture
so
the flag-like mode where there's a setup period of you and your teammates building a base, hiding that flag, and
Yeah,
building
Forge mode,
barricades
man.
and traps
Well,
for
that's
it,
a
and
little
then going
different,
to
but-
war towards each other's bases, trying to capture each other's flags. And I think the finals could do a kind of a modern-day approach to this, adding in a simple game
Custom
object.
games,
We already
the
have
community with this.
telekinesis. The game object has some stickiness to it, and let us get creative building our own forts and basically duplicating the same game mode. I think that would work. I think it'd be very cool to see what other game modes outside of a simple quick cache that we could make. I think Embark does do a great job communicating with their player base over their Discord. They just recently did an AMA. Like
They
they
do
clearly
great.
care about
Yeah.
this game and where its future
Communication is
lies.
best.
So who knows? Maybe they do add some of this stuff in the future. I feel like I could ask for anything, and that's what's great about finals is because it has room to do anything. I'm genuinely hopeful for the finals, and I do wish it much success in the future. I hope it'll be one of these games that kind of gets a cult following like Rainbow Six Siege. That's numbers continue to rise after its release instead of dwindle to
Yeah,
extinction. That would
cult
suck.
following,
I also
exactly.
hope that game devs that have specifically worked on shooters recognize the finals
Literally,
for what
exactly.
it's doing and how it's innovating and embrace that kind of innovation and games that we see in the future. If you guys have any other cool ideas you'd like to see added to the finals, drop it in the comments below. And thanks guys for watching my video. Thanks.
Any other ideas? Wow, again, sorry, terrible place to pause. I've got plenty of ideas, and this is going to be the part of the video where I just start ranting on how to fix the finals, in my opinion. So, your rewards for grinding this game are underwhelming. The Battle Pass is great. Ranked, World Tour. I think World Tour is carrying right now. That in-between mode, people aren't really committed to this game enough to grind ranked all the way to the Ruby MP5 that they want, right? Even I want it, but there's other stuff I want to play. World Tour, like I said before, if you get on and win a game and lose 4, you still have taken a step towards that cosmetic that you want. But what's at the end of all of these is that cosmetic you want. You want the Ruby or Emerald gun skin for your favorite gun, or whatever gun you think you're going to use in the future. You don't know what's going to get buffed or nerfed. The issue is, like, if I'm playing quick cache every day for fun, I'm quite literally doing it for nothing. Maybe like the level cosmetics and your sponsor rewards, cool. Other than that, the level rewards are terrible. Why do you put your worst cosmetics there? Now, a way I would fix this, right, is take some of those cool cosmetics, you guys make a bunch, downsize the store, and make, like, if you use a certain class a certain amount of times, or if you get like 20 kills in a quick cache game, you get like the assassin's mask. Or if you get if you win like 10 quick cache games in a row, you get like a champion's cape or something that actually looks cool with cool animations and stuff. Something to grind for. I'm like, dude, I play the finals. It's this cool FPS game. I'm someone who has the assassin's mask and whatever. I'm really good at light class and whatever. Another way they could do that, and this is my biggest thing I think they could do, it would expand upon, it would make them sell more. If you buy or earn a cosmetic, right? If you do a certain amount of things with that cosmetic on, unlock a different way to wear it. Like the masks, like that Envu Black Ops mask that it's in the store right now. Say you win 100 games with it, or you get 100 kills with it. You should unlock the option to like put it over your face, or like the other one where it's already over your face. It's the mask. Unlock the ability to slide it up and show your face. All of the crappy cosmetics with the rolled sleeves, they love rolled sleeves in this game. You use it, you get a certain amount of stuff with it, you unlock long sleeve, or like different ways to wear it. And the Embark team doesn't have to give you cosmetics to earn that are original. They're already there. They're just different versions of stuff they've already designed. And I think that would be like, dude, I've got the detective thing with the rolled sleeves, man. I want to go get the different color tie. So let's go grind quick play or world tour, and I need like 100 cash outs, man, successfully stolen. So hard challenges to do, hard, like you've got to get like better and good, and you're working towards something. But the reward is like cosmetic based. That way you could run into the lobby and be like, oh, that dude's got like long sleeve with the assassin's mask on, that guy plays a lot. They've gone down this road a little bit with the badges. I like the badges. One of them is hard lock to world tour rank. Don't hard lock what people are putting on their personal stuff, but whatever, that's my opinion. The player card needs to be expanded upon. That goes with the UI. You fix the UI and you give cosmetic, earnable cosmetic rewards like that, that can be expanded upon. That fixes the game. That fixes the game. Quick play, world tour, ranked mode. That split, and you've got power shift and stuff that I play a lot too out here for people, for the extras. Power shift is for introducing people to the game. That you start playing quick cash. There's just nothing to do. Like I hate Call of Duty so much, but the camo system is so addicting. The stuff at the end, you max out a weapon's level, you have to get like an animated skin. You can't get like reptile scales that look like scuffed paint, some parts of it. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I know you're trying to not incentivize skins over the store because the store is how they make their money, but some of the cool stuff, like, people will spend their money if they're playing more, and I don't feel like I love this game. We all love this game. If I just get on for 40 minutes to play, why? Especially if it's like the second half of the season. I'm not going to get the Ruby MP5. I'm probably not going to get to Emerald. What is the point for me to get on for more than 3 games? You know, like, YouTube aside, I play more like to get a good gameplay to post, right? So I'm playing more, but that's my incentive. Not everyone has that incentive. I want to be able to earn something. Like that Assassin's Mask issue, like example, I could play for hours trying to get after those cosmetics and then assemble this whole outfit that I want to make by doing these challenges. It doesn't have to be COD weapon camos, but like these cosmetics, like a different colored mask too if you do it again. And then you're like, dude, I've got the purple and black Assassin's Mask on my face, whatever. And then you look like a badass because you earned it. And then that's how you get that addiction going. There should be, for your favorite cosmetics, like some progression there. But right now, weapon level cosmetics could do that for you. You're trying to level up to get stuff, but they're terrible. They're so bad. Make the cool ones earnable, and then you're going to want to buy stuff from the store to pair with the stuff that's earnable. I think that's the golden thing to fix it. Fix the UI, make it vertical on the right side, make sure you see everything, little animations, make sure you know from the beginning screen, that's where everything is. You can hop right into whatever game mode you want, and then make some cool cosmetics earnable, because that is not how it is. The question of what do I do now is plaguing this game. That is what's holding it back. You fix the UI, and you give some badass cosmetics to earn for some actually hard challenges to get that you could brag about, and this game is mainstream. Also the ban system, man. You ban, each team votes. I mean, they're teams of 3, so there's not going to be a tie. Each team votes for an equipment or an ability to be banned, and you've got the casual competitive scene happy. That's how I think you fix the game. If you agree with me, let me know down in the comments. I think it's pretty clear, but I want to see this game succeed. Obviously, I've been playing a whole lot of other stuff, but I'm always coming back to this. It's so much more fun, but the community doesn't grow, and I'm trying to grow. So it's kind of a business decision to play other stuff, but I would love to just be full-time finals, because I think this is one of the best games on the market, hands down. Hands down. Because of this game, I'll never play Call of Duty again. This is just a better option for an FPS. So I want to see it succeed. Thank you guys for watching. For reaction content like this, go sub to this guy. I think that's just YouTube etiquette. You didn't get the view on his video. You watched me watching it, so go sub to him, because he's the one who actually put the effort into making this video good. And that editing was the best I've ever seen. But I appreciate you clicking on my video. I love y'all. Peace. Let me know what you think.